Welcome to Armand Academy. Like and subscribe for more content and drop your doubts in the comments. Share with your friends and classmates. For private tuition in these subjects across all boards and universities, contact me here or the link in the description. Let's get started. Because there are a large number of buyers and sellers in a perfectly competitive market, neither the buyers or the sellers can set the price, and both become what we call price takers. And therefore, the demand curve is nothing but a flat line. And this is our price. Okay. And we also say that price is equal to average revenue, which is equal to marginal revenue. Now, keep in mind, as far as our calculation for as far as a calculation for average revenue is concerned, it is nothing but total revenue upon quantity. Okay. And if we are selling something for a certain price, okay, remember that total revenue is nothing but price into quantity. Okay. So I'm going to take this further down. Total revenue is equal to price into quantity. So I can say that average revenue is equal to price into quantity divided by quantity. Okay, I'm simply substituting the value of total revenue this, and we end up with average revenue is equal to price. Now, as far as marginal revenue is concerned, marginal revenue is the additional revenue for additional output or additional, okay, some textbooks will say an additional unit of output. Okay, so if your price is going to be the same no matter what, okay, if you have set the price as whatever 20 rupees, if you sell the 21st product or the 31st product, the extra money that you earn is going to remain 20. Okay, therefore marginal revenue equals average revenue equals price. Now, back over here, obviously you all will use pencil and scale when you all draw. Okay, and keep it neat. We have price. Okay, we have price on the y-axis. We have quantity, 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 demanded, demanded, and supplied, on the x-axis. And now our next step is to plot the marginal cost curve, which you can make a downward shaping tick mark like this and then going up. Okay, this is a marginal cost curve. Then we have our average total cost curve, or what we call an average cost curve. And it's a U-shaped curve. Okay, it's a U-shaped curve going down like this, just about touching and then going up. Okay, make it as neat as possible, as smoothly. Okay, don't make it look like a V. Okay, so you've got a U-shaped curve going like that and up again. All right, so this is my average total cost, or simply average cost curve. Now, where they are meeting, okay, where they are intersecting, because marginal revenue intersects marginal cost at that point, that is a formula for profit maximization. Remember, profit maximization condition, profit maximization, profit maximize, okay, maximization formula or condition is when marginal revenue equals marginal cost. And that we are establishing at this point, which we can call equilibrium point E. And I'm extending a line into the x-axis to get the quantity at equilibrium. If you want to simply Q, by that logic, this is going to be PE, but that price is not set by the intersection. That price is there for all firms in the economy. Right? So we have P and Q. Now, what else? It's not just marginal revenue that equals marginal cost, but we also have average revenue equaling average total cost or average cost. That is our condition. Okay. when we say that average revenue is equal to average cost, average total cost, that is the condition for normal profit. Normal profit. Revenue is what we are earning. Okay, so when we think about average revenue, how do we get average revenue? It is total revenue upon quantity. How do we get average total cost or simply average cost? It is total cost upon quantity. So if we are saying that average revenue is equal to average cost, it's also saying that total revenue equals total cost. Now, total revenue might equal to total cost. That means if I say that total revenue minus total cost is equal to zero, how are we making any profit? How can we call it normal profit? Because when we talk about these costs, the total cost that we have is the cost of all four factors, factors of production, all four factors of production. And we know that those four factors of production are land, labor, capital, capital, and entrepreneur. And they all have to be compensated, they all have to be paid, they all have to be given their factor income. So for land, okay, for land, what we have is rent. For labor, it is wages. For capital, it is interest. And for the entrepreneur, it is profit. But how much profit? Just enough profit to continue in that business. Anything more than that, and we call that abnormal profit, which we will be doing in the next diagram. Okay, so just remember the costs of all the four factors of production, or what we call factor costs. Okay, what we call factor costs for the firm. Okay, they are included in the total cost, and therefore it is expected that total revenue minus such a total cost will give you zero, or in other words, total revenue equals total cost, or average revenue equals average cost. Okay, so the fact that both of them are also equal and at that particular point means this is a situation of normal profit. Normal profit. Okay, now if you have to explain this in an exam, the way in which you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to say that in the above diagram. All right, so I'm going to show you the steps over here. All right, and let me complete. So let's see, we have to have zero origin. Okay, I'm just going to make some space. How do you explain an economics diagram? We start with the axis. Then we talk about the curves. Then we talk about a movement, if there is any movement, okay, or relationship, a relationship. And then we have a conclusion. Conclusion. Okay, so in the above diagram, price is on the y-axis and quantity demanded and supplied is on the x-axis. The demand curve extends out of the y-axis corresponding to price P. Since the firm is in a perfectly competitive market and is a price taker, it can sell as many units of the commodity or product at price P, and hence it is a flat line. Furthermore, price is equal to average revenue is equal to marginal revenue. Then the average total cost forms a tangent to the demand curve, okay, to the demand curve D, which is equal to price, which is equal to average revenue, which is equal to marginal revenue. Okay, so form the tangent to the demand curve at equilibrium point E, formed by the intersection of marginal revenue and marginal cost. Therefore, the firm is maximizing profits at point E in brackets where MR is equal to MC, and is making normal profit in brackets since AR is equal to ATC. All right. After that, full stop. Therefore, the firm is making normal profit. One thing I would like to add, my ATC curve is rather sad. Okay, so if you had to do it, I would say please try and make it as a perfect U shape as possible. All right, as perfect U shape as possible. I mean, this is purely an academic exercise. Okay, so something like this and going up like this maybe is a little better than what I had before. All right, so always remember this has to be in a U shape. Okay, and don't write this. This is just for your understanding. Anyway, any doubts, feel free to ask. Thank you.